it would now be a 215% increase in the price of... All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk about Bitcoin, as well as look at all the Bitcoin miners, and we'll talk about a few Bitcoin miners in specific. So we cover Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners quite a bit on this channel, so if that is content that you're interested in, please hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and leave us a comment below. I have a background in accounting, and I was a CPA. I've been trading stocks on a retail basis for the last couple decades. So I just created this channel to try and share some of my experiences with you guys and see if we can make some money along the way. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. We are having a very red day today. So I'm going to pull up the Bitcoin miner big board and take a look at that first. It's red from top to bottom. And I'm just going to mention a few on the top here that are really having rough days. Bitfarms is down 8%. Cleanspark's down 7.7%. Most of the larger miners are having a very, very rough day. Okay, so with that in mind, staring all that red in the face, let's go take a look at the charts. Okay, this is the Bitcoin chart on the 30-minute time frame. So each one of these candles is 30 minutes. This is basically the 15th through the middle of the trading day today here on the 18th. So you can see for the last couple of days, we've been in a falling wedge pattern here for a few days. So we've been, bounced off the bottom, off the top several times, hit the bottom again here, and we still, at the moment, are trading right within this descending channel. So this is a very short-term trend. However, I don't know that it's over. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. We dipped down to 41,284 on January 11th, and we've held that ever since. However, this, in my opinion, is not a very strong line of support. So we may hold it, but I would be surprised if we do. I'll tell you at the moment, if we zoom in, it's acting like we're going to hold this line because several hours ago, this candle right here bounced exactly off of this line of support, and that held, and we've been going sideways, and we have not retested that since, but it's only a few hours later. I am not convinced, I am not sold that this is a line of support that is going to hold up. I think it is slightly more probable than not that we are going to cross this line and test this line of support right here down at around 40,500. So same exact chart, but this is on the 4-hour time frame. So you can see here's our descending channel right here that we've been stuck in the last few days. Here we are bouncing off of this purple line right here, holding as support for the moment. Now, these are on 4-hour candles. So this 4-hour candle touched the line, held support, and this 4-hour candle has not gotten back to it. So it really is acting at the moment like that is going to hold. I'm just not buying it. So if we go down to this blue line, you'll see that 3 times here in January. On the 7th, again on the 8th, and then again on the 10th, we tested this line of support, and each time, these 2 times, we candle wicked right down exactly to this line of support. This time we candle wicked below it, but closed comfortably above this line of support. So this line of support has held, and I can scroll backwards. You'll see this has held for a long time. I would have to go back to the September lows to get below this line of support right here. So that's a very strong line of support. Below that, we do have this line right here, which we did test on a candle wick down at 39,000. And that line is the September low. When we had the bear market in Bitcoin in September, that was our September low. That's an extremely strong line of support. We did test it on a candle wick this one time on January 10th. We haven't been anywhere near it before or since. But this line, however, we've been to 3 times already. So this really feels like it's got the momentum heading down towards this line. Bitcoin is showing as oversold on the 4-hour chart. It's showing as oversold on the daily chart, but it does have a little bit of room left to go down before it reaches its peak oversold numbers, especially on the RSI. So ordinarily, I'd be a little more optimistic, but given this strong trend and this line of support that we've tested so many times, I'm going to wait and see if this holds or if this holds before I start to buy anything. So even though everything is down quite a bit today, and a lot of you probably will view this as a very good buying opportunity, and there's nothing wrong with that. This probably is a very good buying opportunity. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm telling you how I'm looking at these plays. A lot of these Bitcoin miners are down 8 or 9% off of what was already a way oversold number. So I'm sure there will be some buyers today. I am just going to wait and see if we test this line right here. I don't believe we're going to test this line. I don't believe we're going at points below that. However, again, I don't know. Bitcoin does strange things. Nothing is out of the question. I still remain bullish. I know you guys are probably beyond sick of hearing me say that. And I'm getting a little exhausted of saying it, but I still am bullish in the year 2022 for Bitcoin. Even in the first quarter and early second quarter, I believe that the Bitcoin miners are going to perform well. However, the first 3 weeks of January here have been ugly. This line here is January 5th. So we had a very big down day on January 5th. We crossed below this line, which was support, and it has turned into resistance. Other than a few points right here, we've been trading between this $40,500 line and this $43,500 line. We've been in about a $3,000 price range for the last 2 weeks, and we've kind of bounced off the top and the bottom of it. So the Bitcoin miners continue to behave very poorly off of this action, but in reality, we have not made a big move yet here in January, other than early in January, this first move down from about 47,000 to about 43,000. Marathon is currently below its line of support from September 29th, which was the end of the bear run in September, as we've mentioned a million times for those of you who watch this channel. This is the daily chart, so each one of these represents 1 day. So you can see that today we're retesting very similar to what we did just about a week ago, which was January 10th. So we're right back down to that spot, which represented a bottom. So not to say that Marathon can't go lower, it's already below its line of support. And for the record, Bitcoin is roughly where it was on September 29th. So for all these miners to be below their line of support is further evidence that everything's a little bit oversold right now. So if I go from where we are right now back to just December 27th, which was about 3 weeks ago. Now, Bitcoin was at $52,000 on December 27th. If Bitcoin can get back on track and get healthy, and Marathon can follow along with it, just getting back to the December 27th number would represent over a 50% increase in the price of this stock. And I think that's extremely reasonable expectation in the first quarter of 2022. Okay, so this one goes back to December 3rd, which was the Bitcoin flash crash. Bitcoin was trading around $57,000 or $58,000 at that time. So, and that was just about 1.5 months ago. So if Marathon can get back to where it was 1.5 months ago, that would be over an 85% increase in the price of this stock. And the other thing I want to say about Marathon in specific is it looks like their pool is doing just fine in January. It's certainly too soon to tell. It's only January 18th, but I have a feeling they will be outproducing their December numbers, and their December numbers were the best they ever had. So if they put out a good production report sometime in the first week of February, I think Marathon can get a nice bump just off of that alone. Okay, the next one I want to take a look at is Bitfarms. Bitfarms is down over 8% on the day today. So Bitfarms is now also below its line of support back from the end of the bear market in September, which was this green line here at $4.63. If Bitfarms can get back to where it was trading on December 27th, that same 3 weeks that we looked at with Marathon, that would represent a 45% increase in the price of their stock. And again, really nothing has changed with Bitfarms. Bitfarms has had very solid monthly updates, and their production continues to increase. They were one of the top Bitcoin miners of the year 2021. So this company seems healthy in many ways. It's just fallen victim to Bitcoin's volatility. And along with most of the other Bitcoin miners, I believe it's very oversold right now. If Bitfarms was to get back to where it was on December 3rd, which was pre the flash crash, that's the other date we've been looking at, that would be a 73% increase in the price of Bitfarms from where we sit right now, just to get back to where we were before the flash crash a month and a half ago. So again, not financial advice, but I see a lot of potential upside on Bitfarms, And as is the case with most of these miners, I see very little downside risk. There is always, of course, risk to the downside, so that has to be acknowledged. But to me, this is a good risk-reward trade. Again, not financial advice. Okay, this is Cleanspark. This is the daily chart, so each one of these candles represents one day. This line of support that goes back to the end of the September bear run, which is where we've used for every Bitcoin miner. In this instance, it also extends all the way back to August 17th. This was tested and held several times. On December 29th, Cleanspark broke below this line, and it has now broken down further from its line of support than virtually any other Bitcoin miner. And once again, there's no change in the story here at Cleanspark. So Bitcoin was at about 41,000 back when Cleanspark was at around $11. And now here we are at 41,600 and Cleanspark's at $7.50. So to me, if anything, they had a dramatic increase in their hash rate at the end of December and beginning of January. So Cleanspark is doing very well, in my opinion. So the fact that this continues to fall, and you can see since its high on November 4th, it's just been down in a straight line. And it would now be a 215% increase in the price of Cleanspark just for it to get back to where it was on November 4th, which was 1 week before Bitcoin hit its all-time high of 69,000. So I'm not using this number. This is, this would be... But having said that, they were just at this 2 months ago. So more realistically, if we use the same two dates we used on the other ones, December 27th, which is just 3 weeks ago, if Cleanspark can get back to where it was on December 27th, that would be almost a 65% increase in the price of its stock. And then lastly, if it can get back to where it was just before the flash crash on December 3rd, that would be over a 100% increase. It looks like about a 109% increase in the price of its stock. So I think both of these numbers are realistic goals for the year 2022. I think the first one we talked about is a realistic goal for the first quarter of 2022. I have to say it's not financial advice, but those are my thoughts on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. It is a very red day. We are a little bit off of our lows. And if we close out and just take a look at the Bitcoin chart on that 30-minute chart, you'll see we have had a couple of green candles in a row and we're trending upward, but we are still in this descending channel. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.